Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So I was sitting with a recently separated veteran. Just got out when they heard the news and they got to watch the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief, brag and boast about accepting payment to deploy U.S. military forces overseas. I can't repeat what was said next in polite company. You know, over the last few days, there's been a lot of buzzwords, a lot of slogans thrown around. Bring them home. It was never about bringing them home. It was never about bringing them home. Well, he's just getting rid of those foreign entanglements. Yeah, how's that working out for you? No, he's not. It was never an objective of his. It was anti-imperialism. No, it wasn't. It was making a hole so Turkey could exercise their imperialist ambitions. And now the U.S. military has become the hired goon of Saudi Arabia's imperialist ambitions. Why? Because Saudi Arabia has agreed to pay us for everything we're doing. Quote, you know, if it was in the interest of the American people, if it was in the interest of national security, if it was in defense of American freedom, no payment would be necessary. It would be duty, right? It would be something that was required, something we had to do. Not something that would be done for the highest bidder. Deploying U.S. military forces overseas should not be elective. It should be the only alternative. It should be the last option on the table. But it's not. And now it's something that can be bought. At least that's the impression. That's how this reads. And the thing is, it's Trump. So we don't even know if this is true. He could just be making it up. It's him talking about a deal. His statements about his other deals haven't been entirely accurate. But it doesn't matter because he said it. And it's already been translated. It's already all over the Middle East. And how do you think it reads? The might of the U.S. military, well, it's on the market. It can be bought. The lives of U.S. soldiers can be bought and sold. It doesn't matter. And the U.S. military is now viewed throughout the Middle East as Saudi Arabia's do-boy. That's how this reads. We're the hired help. And why? So it can be a lightning rod. They're bait. I know it's being sold as a deterrent against Iran because the thousands of other troops we have in the Middle East isn't a deterrent. They're a lightning rod. They're bait for anybody that has an issue with the kingdom, anybody that has a problem with Saudi Arabia, because now they got a juicy target. Two birds with one stone. Show they're tough. Maybe we should thank Trump, though, because he certainly pulled the veil back. Let everybody see what it is, because it's always been like this. It's always been about money and power. War is just a continuation of politics by other means, right? It has always been like this. The difference is before, it could be cloaked in the defense of American freedom. It was harder to cast U.S. soldiers as mercenaries. Not anymore. They're literally being bought. War is a racket. Always has been. It is possibly the oldest, easily the most profitable, surely the most vicious. It's the only one that's international in scope, and it's the only one that profits are reckoned in dollars and losses in lives. Pretty unpatriotic statement, right? Y'all can hold your hate mail. That was a guy named General Butler. And before you get too angry, he's one of the most decorated Marines in history, received the Medal of Honor twice. Give me another quote from him. I spent 33 years and 4 months in active military service as a member of this country's most agile fighting force, the Marine Corps. I served in all commissioned ranks from second lieutenant to major general, and during that period I spent most of my time as a high-class muscleman for big business, for Wall Street, and for the bankers. In short, I was a racketeer, a gangster for capitalism. Yeah. And for the record, this guy's actually a hero. There was a attempted coup in the United States at one point. And the planners actually reached out to this guy. And he is alleged to have responded by saying however many troops they raised, he would raise the same number to oppose them, because his only interest was protecting democracy. The thing is, what Butler realized is that U.S. servicemen have been bought and sold for a very, very long time. It's just normally not done this cheaply. There's normally something in it for the American people, something that could be cast as a benefit to them. Now this time, that's just money. We're sending them over there because they paid us. The Department of Defense has become the world's largest private military contractor. And understand, those people who are looking to sign up, they can no longer delude themselves with images of mom and apple pie and patriotism, because the President of the United States flat out said, well, if they pay us enough, we'll send you. If you're going to be a contractor, understand there are a lot of firms that pay way more than the U.S. military does. And generally, in those firms, the guy over you who is sending you somewhere, at least he knows what he's doing. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.